Let me just make a few just opening comments for you to kind of set the stage of where we are in the fiscal 11 process. As we went through the public hearings recently, I guess all of us are aware these are extraordinary economic times. On top of that, the budget had to consider the impact to the reduction in the property tax digest that's occurring, as well as the market confidence in the sales tax situation in Oconee County. As we go through this, what I'd like to remind the board that we went through the budget hearings, and I looked, working with the constitutional officers, department directors, I looked at the revenue projections, and I feel confident that, conservatively speaking, fiscal year 11 revenues are going to be $19.6 million. The requests that have come in from the constitutional officers and department directors during those 3 days and reviewed come up to approximately $23 million. That means that we have a $2.4 million projected expenditures over revenue. The Board of Commissioners has asked staff to provide a list, after doing analysis, of areas of consideration for potentially attacking that $2.4 million shortfall. One thing I would like to remind the board that at 6/30/2009, at the end of our last audit, our fund balance was $10.9 million. As the board recalls, the concern I had, I wanted to make sure coming out of 6/30/2010 that we were at approximately the $10 million to $10 million fund balance. We're going to be in that, I project that we'll be in that arena between $10 and $10.3 million. The way it is now, that would come up to approximately $5 million designated for the right-of-way, Mars Hill right-of-way capital project that the board has designated for $5 million. The Commission has received support from GDOT in the reimbursement of the right-of-way acquisition. After reviewing that, I would feel comfortable in the reimbursement schedule of GDOT if they stay on what they had projected they would. I would feel confident of no less than $4 million of that project remaining. Okay? So in the restricted area, there's $1 million as a possibility as you go through this process. The other $5.3 million represents the unrestricted fund balance necessary for governing authorities and governments to operate because of the cyclical nature of the revenue. Basically running the government for about 4 months until revenue starts coming in. That avoids anticipatory note requirements and borrowing of money to operate the government. So that's where I see additionally the fund balance where I think it's going to be based on, we still have 6 weeks to go in this fiscal year, 7 weeks, and where I feel comfortable to you and to the citizens of Oconee County. That being said, the list that has been provided to you is simply a laundry list. I could offer a possible solution or consideration.
Why didn't you do that in the beginning?
It's not my show. I'm just a paid mourner. The bottom line is that there's another consideration that you could do along the lines of the amend and revise. This is a balanced budget proposal. You could tentatively use $200,000 more of fund balance and amend and revise throughout the year based on revenue as it comes in, or it does not come in. So that's an opportunity to use $200,000 more.